Hello to my Virgos. Virgos, let's get into your reading. Let's get into your reading. Happy new moon in Leo. Happy new moon in Pisces. Happy new moon in Pisces. That's right. Today kicks off the new moon. New moon, new you. Make sure you get your rest. Get your rest. Get your rest. New moon is really about allowing your body to sync with the rhythms of the moon, right? So you're coming off of a full moon, right? And we had a full moon in Leo in February, and then we had a full moon in Cancer in January, right? So a lot of things were uncovered. A lot of things were uncovered about your creative process, like what you're trying to create for yourself, going into hermit mode, but also expose how people feel when they don't have immediate access to everything that you're doing at all times, right? It makes some people nervous, right? And so source is saying whatever you discovered about yourselves, you are glad that a lot of things have been uncovered. And so you can create now that everything is out in the open. I am prosperous and abundant in everything I do. Prosperous and abundant in everything I do. All right, let's pull a number, right? Let's get a number. All right, these two numbers came out, 401 and 359. Okay, so these connect us with the heart chakra, right? So discipline, practice self-control. Your angels are asking you to demonstrate self-control. Your discipline will become stronger the more you use it. Take a step today to start a good habit or stop a bad one based on what you know to be difficult yet necessary for your growth. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Trade that soda for water, or make sure that you carve out time to get your meditation in today. And then for one, revive. It's your time to shine, right? So your angels need you to know that the light is shining on you now. It's time to take that chance, speak up for yourself, and go for that thing you've been wanting to do but haven't yet. You have a window of opportunity, and your angels are giving you the go ahead to put some effort forth to get this done right now. Take a power walk, sing your favorite song, or have a solo dance party. Get the energy moving immediately to take things to the next level. Love is in the air. All right. So this connects us with the heart chakra. So what's happening here, this 3 right here connects us in the with the Empress. The 5 connects us with Taurus, or the Hierophant card. This 9 right here lets me know the you being in hermit mode. So somebody, when you came out of hermit mode, you may have realized that somebody was pregnant. Not you, but you may have realized that somebody was pregnant, right? So while you're creating, using your time to create pregnant with ideas and talking to men and women, Virgos, you may have realized, oh, wow, when this happened. when Yeah, so while you were in, and I had to make some more room here, but while you were in hermit mode, creating some room for some things like, creating business ideas and plans and, something for your legacy, you realized there were some energies that decided to create a little life come together in a little love situation ship going on. So yeah, you being a prosperous and abundant in everything you do, your psychic gifts are actually increasing. And speaking of love, because you've moved on, you've forgiven some energies, you moved on. Source is actually solving a lot of problems for a lot of people. When you go into hermit mode and Source exposes a lot of things that was done in the dark that's now being brought to light. Source is saying Source is also exposing who is getting together during these dark times, these karmic relationships, and that is how Source is breaking. That's why you being a prayer warrior is really also helping you as well. So let's get into your reading. Let's dive right into the cards. All right, Virgos. Woo child. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, cards. What are we saying? Let's see what's in the cards here. Some surprise couples popped out. Ta-da! We're pregnant! You're sitting on your throne, carefully vetting your thoughts like, oh, MG. I don't want that negativity, that darkness in here. So you're carefully vetting your thoughts, right? Something blindsided you. Something was like, what? Who's pregnant? Oh gosh, what? When? But your ancestors have been protecting you. Your third eye is definitely wide open. Definitely wide open. So, yeah, two vain, vengeful, green with envy spirits got together. Thought they were blindsiding people by talking about people, talking to you about people in ear, trying to create some kind of distraction, blindsiding two people, just gossiping, keeping some stuff. When really they were trying to create a distraction to come together, and it all came out now. So I see money coming across your path because your intuition was like, wait a minute, hold the phone here. You believed something was up and you wasn't really sure what it was, but now that everything is out in the open and you felt blindsided, like something about your spirit is saying, your mouth may be saying, I ain't see this coming, but your spirit did, your ancestors. And so your ancestors are showing you like, oh, okay. So yeah, so I'm seeing now you learning how to I'm seeing financial independence, and I see you getting money for your what you're creating, because you're not a fool. Yeah, you definitely left behind a lot of distractions. You had to leave behind a lot of distractions. You feel changed, liberated, and free. Now it makes sense as to why people leave behind a lot of distractions so they can go into hermit mode and get their downloads. Because when they come out, people who have all this nervous energy, who don't want to do the shadow work, they creating something else. They creating karmic relationships. Yeah. Teaming up, doing the most. So I do see you in a leadership position. I see you and someone in a leadership position, just because you are a leader to begin with, and now you're really tuned into like what's floating through the air, like you've been hearing some rumblings of some things, of some energies teaming up and all kinds of stuff, and people receiving money. You didn't know what to believe. So yeah. So anyway, now you know who is who. Now you know who is who. Speaking of the owl, who? Yeah, now you know who is who. The energies that's always in people's ear, constantly talking about money and what they're doing to get money and anything for money and all of this other stuff, creating a bunch of distractions. So I see you leaving behind a lot of distractions, switching teams. And when I say switching teams, is making sure, because I see somebody applying for a leadership position, but I do see you asking for what kind of, not just having a title, but also the authority in that position, like asking more questions so that you're not blindsided by anything. That's how you're tying things together. Because somebody that who could have been married and divorced, this is what you and somebody have in common. Somebody's family did some kind of a swap. That's what I'm looking at here, right? So it would be equivalent to, let's say, it's two guys, like somebody, you could have gotten a divorce, but then your brother ended up dating your ex-wife or ex-husband, whatever your situation is, right? Or your sister ended up dating your ex-husband or ex-wife, like just no coof whatsoever. Just like, so anyway, you and somebody are like, what I say, pregnant. Somebody trying to create some kind of limiting, trying to limit people's abundance and prosperity, but it actually backfired. Something actually ended up backfiring. So yeah, something has been fulfilled. Somebody wanted your life so bad, but they have title but no authority. in having your life. They wanted your life so bad, down to getting pregnant. So you feel like this whole new lease on whole new lease on life. Whole new lease on life. So this is where, again, somebody, you got a message of feeling like this whole new lease on life. So yeah. Yeah, you definitely not letting these energies who try to make you feel worthless inside of your vault door. These energies try to make you feel worthless by either using your child or your grandchild to make it seem like they were leaving you out of some things, because they were sneaky. They were behind closed doors doing who knows what, trying to create distractions in everybody else's life. And sources like problem solved. I mean, when I tell y'all problem solved, you have no emotions about it whatsoever. None. Problem solved. Now those energies you have a reason to say you don't want that mess in your house. That's you and somebody. Yep. So you're creating something new. Yay. Yep, you're creating something new. So it looks like in a very creative way, the creator created an opportunity for you and somebody to detach from karmics who have been doing you an injustice for some time now. These are energies you spent a lot of time around, but now sources say you don't have to spend any time around them. You don't have to spend any time around these energies because they made a bad choice and a foolish decision, and you won. You won. That is why it's best to take a note out of people's books who calmly just move on. They just calmly move on because they're being led by spirit. They're being led by ancestor to just calmly move on and let what will be take place. And that's something happens. So you're learning how to move on calmly, and really, really, your third eye is now wide open. Third eye is now wide open. All right, so let's see what else we got going on here, Virgos. Yeah. So it looks like some energies put loved ones together. I don't feel like you're going to even feel like you're blindsided, though. I just going to feel like, you know what, you're not surprised. And it's actually funny for some of you all. Some of it is like, you're not even surprised because you're dealing with energies who have low self-esteem, who always wanted your life. These are family members who always wanted your life, so you're not even surprised. Y'all know what this reminds me of? Y'all remember the scene in what's the name? The scene in Soul Food where the cousin ended up sleeping with somebody's husband. That's what this is right here. Somebody wanted your life so bad. So here we have the Sun card. Yeah. But a light has been shown on something. Remember, the sun illuminates the moon here. So somebody's stomach may be popping out if it hasn't already been popping out while you're in hermit mode creating something. Yeah, so you hashtag winning big time. Yeah, these people thought you were so high and mighty, sitting up on a high horse. Yeah, that they wanted to try to make you feel worthless and make whoever your kids or grandkids feel worthless, but in their way of doing something behind your back. Ugh, gross. So your gift of telepathy is strong, very, very strong. That's what somebody is learning. You know who's talking about you behind your back. They were talking about you and somebody behind your back, trying to keep you and somebody out of something, Libra. But they're karmics. They're karmics. So yeah, you don't have to justify anything. What other messages, source, do you want me to share with my Libras? What other messages do you want me to share with my Libra, source? My Virgos, excuse me, not my Libras, my Virgos. What other messages? Yeah. You and somebody will no longer do an injustice to yourselves by being around vain, vengeful, green with envy spirits who really, really just want your life. And when you try to move on quietly, those energies been waiting to do something to try to make you feel as low as they feel by keeping you out of stuff. But something has been brought to light. that while you were creating, you use your time in hermit mode, that actually inspired you. Your energy level increased. So some of y'all created businesses, some of you all created opportunities to find new jobs. Like your energy level increased because you were right in your element as a hermit, right? Getting some downloads directly from source. Those energies who already felt low about themselves use that time to create something that they can't hide now. They're in the karmic cycle. So now you can justify cutting them off because you're about to go back through your mind. This next couple of days while you're getting your downloads, your mind is going to start going back down that staircase. You say, okay, I'm starting to remember some things now, but it won't even matter to you. You'll journal it. And you're not even asking why. But this is the reason why. Because of how low they felt and how, like I said, they like to make other people feel low too. So they can't make you feel low. They in the tower. Yep, tower. So it's a good tower for you. But like I said, you got to learn how to take a page out of people's books when people move on and people assassinate their characters behind their back. Sources saying, you just sit there and listen. Talking about people behind their backs. You just sitting around like, oh, they just mad because they not a part of such and such. And they created all this chaos and confusion. But then something popped out. Something popped out that they created. They was creating something. Bonding on a low frequency. Child. The scandal. That's what I'm saying. But something is complete. Something is complete. Something has been fulfilled, right? And so, like I said, people jumped to some conclusions, and it brought people down to a lower frequency about you. And so, 2 cycles are closed out. Thank God, 2 cycles are closed out. You are in a fool. You may have felt blindsided at first, but at this point, you're like, nothing surprises you, right? Nothing surprises you. So I see big money coming across your path. Nothing surprises you at this point. Nothing surprises you. So you got big money coming across your path. So here we have the King of, I think King of Cups here. Yeah. So you have overflow of water. You are so emotionally mature at this point. Like I said, you're not wasting any of your water, any emotion on it at all, because you're just not surprised. You're not surprised at all. That's just not the team that you're on. You're not on team sleep with family members, whoever that we almost 9 billion people out here, and I'm talking about sleep with family members, ex-spouses, and like you're not crossing those lines. That's not, and that's what you and somebody will be talking about. It's like you got so many people out here. Why would you want to be with your brother or sister's ex or whoever? Yeah, you see things from a higher frequency of just how damaging something could be. But yeah, somebody's saying like, oh wow, okay, that's how you flow. Like, oh, okay, I don't want to be associated. Well, I don't want to be up in your karmic cycle. Yeah. So they sacrifice themselves. They sacrifice themselves. You are out of it. Sources like now you can justify, like as if you couldn't justify before keeping people out of your life, but now you can say, yeah, I don't want that in my house. I don't want that kind of energy in my house. I don't want that kind of spirit in my house at all. They were so busy judging you, but now you're saying, no, I don't want that kind of energy in my house. I don't want that kind of spirit in my house. That's how y'all created all this chaos and confusion. Yeah, you have star power. What the enemy meant for evil, so step into the spotlight. What the enemy meant for evil, so it's turning around for your good. Yep. And like I don't even want to be contaminated with that kind of energy. So you're definitely in your north node. You're definitely in your north node because some things were going through the air. You could hear some things, some rumblings in the air about family and this and that. And like, well, wait a minute, what's going on? What's the reason? That was the reason, because that's why people were keeping people out. A bunch of sneakiness was going on behind closed doors. People were being paid to be quiet. You're an alchemist. Definitely an alchemist. Flexibility. Yeah. Yeah. So, yep, you were able to alchemize whatever kind of hurt and pain people talking about you behind your back. You were able to find your star, meaning your north node. You were able to find your north node, fruits of your labor. And so think before you act. Reckless behavior can lead to bad consequences. And so sources like, yeah. Yep. So yeah, 2 cycles are closed out. 2 cycles are closed out. 2 cycles are closed out. But yeah, gambling, fast changes. Things happen suddenly in a short period in a hurry. Take bold steps forward. But gambling, excessive gambling can can have dangerous consequences. Don't risk too much. So I do see money, big money coming across somebody's path. But again, like I said before, that's what you have in common with some people. That's what you have in common with some people. People do bond on that frequency. You got to remember something too, Virgos. When you know your worth and your value, you're not trying to be invited to everything because you already know what's going on behind closed doors. You're like, okay, I don't want to be a part of that. Right? Yeah, I want to be a part of that karmic mess. So yeah. So anyway, I'm telling you, Source solved a problem for you. I see, like now, something is not a worry for you anymore, a problem for you and someone else anymore. People were trying to make y'all feel as low as they felt about the decisions that they made, and guess what? It backfired. It backfired big time. So get ready for, here we have time to act, and it's coming. Get ready for increase. Shine bright. You know, the pause is the shift. Let it be. Hey, you don't even have to talk about miracles in the dark, right? No problem. No problem. Yeah, so some energies definitely wanted your life. They definitely wanted your life, but now that they have your life, they're thrown into a karmic cycle. Thrown into a karmic cycle, and like I said, justice is in you in someone's favor. Y'all are out here hashtag winning in these earthly streets. So that's what Source is saying to you, is that, you know, somebody tried to sacrifice somebody because they were trying to make you feel worthless about something when it backfired. Now you can justify keeping energies out of your house. Again, Source is saying you have star power. You have found your North Node. Make sure you get some rest this week. And so these downloads can come through. More downloads can come through. Because life is really taking off for you. Like I said, I see somebody in a leadership position, seeing you feeling like a whole new lease on life. Like I said, big money trying to come in. You're creating something new for yourselves. And like I said, this emotional maturity is just, there's so many key factors in all of this. Your emotional maturity, you creating something new. You know, like I said, Source is cleaning house for you. Somebody has a really big heart. You love deep and you love hard. You know, Virgos, you are willing to invest the time and energy into family. And so remember, time is relative. So you have a big heart regardless, but somebody gave people way too many chances to keep hurting you. And Source says enough is enough. Since they know you have a good heart, Source is going to make the change. Source is going to take that sword and just go ahead and cut these energies off. That's why you got the Ace of Swords here, and also the Ace of Pentacles here. The last straw was them trying to make somebody, a younger person, feel worthless. Right? That was the last straw. But to add insult to injury, like I said, they were trying to also make you feel worthless in the worst way by creating something in the dark, right? That solved the problem for you. And I'm telling you, somebody is in really, really good spirits. I feel like the energy I'm picking up through your reading is that this is just how you feel. I'm talking to men and women, Virgos. You feel like if you could high five and fist bump God, that's the energy I feel like I'm picking up on your cards. The 2 cycles are closed out, airtight. They never have to come back in your direction again, right? So like I said, justice is in your favor for you. Like I said, you don't want to be associated with energies who, yeah. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. Again, get your rest this week. Let Source download some messages to you, because again, your money is about to increase big time, because Source already solved the problem for you. I'm telling y'all, prayer warriors, Source has already solved the problem. That's what I have for you. That's the action that you're taking, is that when things are floating through the air, you're just like, you know what? Let me go ahead and just pray on this. Let me pray on this. Because I don't know for the life of me why people are trying to make you and other people feel worthless. But prayer, that prayer warrior came out in you. You're not going to war. You're not bloody knuckles with somebody. You know how to pray, right? You know how to pray and meditate. That's what I have for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.